How you doing?
All right, just get this sorted on us here. And turn this music off because it's driving me insane. I might just move the chat over here, eh? All right.
All right.
How are we, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah, good. How are you today? What's new?
Not much, man. I've moved out. I'm in a new place now.
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, it's been an interesting time.
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. So bit of a new thing we're doing with the just the interviews and stuff. I guess you saw how it went on the 24-hour stream. I just wanted to do it in a long form way, sort of give it a go. Like, I'm always up to trying new things on stream, and I always want to just push the boundaries of what we can do. So I thought may as well give it a whirl, get some of my mates in to have a chat, people that I like to support on Twitch. You know, I know you're not much on the Twitch at the moment, but I mean, we can talk about that too. And just get everyone to know who you are in the chat, because a lot of people in the chat don't know each other. And the people who do know each other, I think they appreciate it more, like the fact that they can put a face to a name sort of thing.
Yeah, okay.
And it's a bit of a community builder, so yeah. And so it gives you a little bit of love as well. So yeah, basically, dude, just tell everyone a bit about you, bro. Just tell everyone what you've been up to, who you are, where you're from, bits and pieces, bro.
All right, well, I'm a wizard. I'm also known as Joel. I'm from Western Australia. I don't know. I'm in a band. I play games.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And he drinks vodka.
Oh man, that's always an interesting time.
Yeah, dude, it was like
taking a bit of a break from the vodka.
Yeah.
At the moment, because well, you've seen how it goes.
Yeah. You are. So one night, so Wizard's channel, like, he was playing Warzone, playing different games and stuff. And one night, I remember very vividly, you decided to do something that you call the shot wheel.
Yes.
Now the shot wheel is hold on a second. Put his volume up. Yeah, we can do that. The shot wheel was one of those things, right? That basically was the funniest thing I've ever seen on stream. You were doing shots for subs.
Yes.
Now look, it's a good and a bad idea. It means that you're going to get a lot of subs. Don't get me wrong, because if anyone knows my community or knows your community, it's very similar. Basically, if I did shots for subs, I would be so drunk in 10 minutes that I wouldn't be able to get out of bed for 2 days. But similar to you. So what happened is that Wizard got hit up with a few subs, got hit up with a few shots. I tended to join in with him a little bit when it came to the drinking side of things. We had probably 6 hours of it, and then we proceeded to play Valorant.
Valheim.
Oh, Valheim, that's right. I always forget the name of that game. We played Valheim for about It was one of those things that it was so much fun. It was very funny. Really, and we had a great time.
Decided to get on back on Warzone after Valheim.
Yeah.
And that didn't go well either.
No.
Absolutely plastered.
So good. Just a quick little shout out. Hello, Beach Friday. Hello, all that have come in. Thanks for the raid, dude. I appreciate it. Thanks for the shout out to Beach Friday there. If you're not following Beach Friday, Ironic Eagle is rating with a party of 3. Button twice, but we appreciate you, brother. Thanks for coming in,
Ricardo is the
dude.
man.
He's a fucking legend. Hey, honestly, when I first met that guy, I'd never met someone with so much energy. And he's just like always just giving everyone love. So I really, I love going into his streams and just chatting with
I was
him.
there when we did that little community sort of like raid thing during your stream.
Yeah,
And I was like, yeah, it was good to see him.
Yeah,
He was a champion.
this guy's a
Good to
vibe,
watch.
bro. he's so cool. It's so good. So yeah, that was one of my best memories of you streaming, bro. Honestly, that was so much fun. Like I know we'd had streams before that where we did that kind of stuff, and but not in the extent of that one. I don't know what was going on that night, but everyone was just like having a great time with it, and
yeah.
it was very funny.
And oh man, even I remember after we stopped playing Valheim, you're like, I'm going to bed, and I was still streaming, and then out of nowhere you dropped another like 5 gifted subs. I'm like, that's another 5 spins of the shot wheel.
Yeah,
No.
I had to. I was in bed, right, and I was sitting there, and then I pulled you up on my phone, and I was like, "Oh, he's still going. He's going back on Warzone." I'm like, "Fuck, I gotta hit him up." Like, So I said, I just put a comment in your chat, and I was like, "Oh, bro," and he's like, "Yeah," and then I just did 5 gifted, and I was like, "Shots, baby." And he's just like, "I'm already dead." Like, what was the hangover like the next day, bro? It must have been brutal.
That one wasn't like too bad. I remember the first time I did shots for subs. That was a full day just dead in bed, hurting real bad.
Fuck.
But it was fun.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I always end up ranting after, like when I'm drunk on stream, especially when I'm playing Warzone. I end up ranting about how much I hate the meta. Or
Oh
like
yeah,
some players.
just something that like it
Too
doesn't
much comes out.
Yeah. I do that too, bro. I remember it's like how when you get really drunk at the pub with your mates, right, and then you just start having DMs for no reason. That's what Twitch is like when you're pissed. Like
Yes,
so like
absolutely.
you don't know that anyone's listening, but you just want to let it all out. So you just kind of go for it, and then you look at the VOD later, which I don't recommend ever doing, by the way.
No,
Don't ever look at your VOD after you've been drunk, and I've had a lot of nights where I've gotten really pissed and just streamed. It's bad. It's very bad.
So good though.
It's incoherently bad, but it's hilarious. And I got a lot of good clips because of that. I can tell you that much. That's great, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What's this? Zireshi? How do you even pronounce that name? No. Raichi it is.
Zarachi.
Zirachi?
I don't know. Taking a guess
Thank you.
here.
Thanks for the follow, Rachi. Anyway, so you're in a band, right?
I am.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us a bit more about your band?
All right. So, I joined in late 2017. My friend, one of my like oldest friends, worked with a guy, and the guy he worked with was like, "Dude, we're desperate. Like, do you know any drummers? Find me a drummer." My friend's like, "Well, actually, I know a guy." And it's sort of just history from there. We're a bit of like a metalcore, heavy metal sort of band. Yeah, we've been making music for the past 4 years nearly, and it's been a good time. Lots of
Fuck
fun
yeah.
shows, meeting new people. I've played with a couple of my favorite bands around. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's been a good time.
Yeah, nice. And what's the band called?
House of Judgment. Probably should have added that in.
Yeah, that's all good. I know what it's called. I just want to make sure everyone else knows what it's called. It's metalcore mostly, isn't it? Like
Pretty much. We sort of don't have a genre. We kind of dip between other like different things. I'm not too fussy with the whole genre part of things. I've never been. It's just heavy shit. It's just metal to me, really. But yeah, I guess if you're trying to go for a genre, it's metalcore.
yeah. So House of Judgment. Yeah. So we'll type it up in the chat as well. House of Judgment. And you're on Spotify?
We are.
Yeah, awesome.
We're recording an LP at the moment, like right now.
Yeah, awesome.
And yeah, super keen for this. We got 2 new guitarists in. They're awesome. They're really good at writing. They're really talented on guitar. And this new shit, it's it's dipping a little further away from our older stuff. But if anyone likes or knows Slipknot, it's quite a bit like that.
Yeah,
So
100%.
it's good time.
So I'm just going to copy the link for your Spotify here and put it in the chat,
Thanks, man.
so everyone can click on there. So that's the link for House of Judgment on Spotify. If you want to give them a follow, and if you do like that kind of music, give it a whirl. We're going to play one of your songs as well. Little growing up, or
go for Headspin.
Headspin. All right,
Yeah, that's probably our best song.
give it a whirl.
You know what? I'm even going to organize.
Thank you for the host up there, Spinbad. I appreciate it. All right, so we're going to give a little play of this one. Digging the tie. I appreciate that, Poker Princess. Thank you very much. They welcome in. And also, Kitty Cat, welcome in as well. We're going to play this song now. This is your band. I love this tune, eh? I love all your tunes because, I mean, obviously, you know me, I'm a big metal fan. So as soon as I heard you're in a metal band, I was like, yes, baby.
Oh, yeah, thanks, bro.
It's good shit. So how long did it take you to write all these songs, man?
So it sort of changes up. Like our first EP took us a few months. We sort of just a lot of it we already had going, and then they got me in, and I sort of just put my drums to it.
Yeah.
And then the second EP, I actually took a little break from the band. I was just like, it wasn't too convenient for me at the time. But then, and they wrote the next EP during that time, and I just learned it once I came back to the band. And yeah, but this LP we're working on, it's taken us about 8 months to write so far.
Yeah, right.
And now we're recording it, and it's been good. It's been really
Yeah,
exciting,
writing music takes a long time, bro. Especially the organization of writing music is the hardest part because it's easy to write a song and coordinate it with yourself, but it's much harder to write a song as a band to get everyone in the same room for longer periods of time to actually fucking write it. I've been in a band situation before in the past when I was in a band after high school sort of thing. I was in a rock band. I wouldn't say it was metal. It was more just like, you know, heavy rock, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
Sort of like Wolf Mother-ish sort of thing. Played a lot of music like that, like sort of like hard rock of the noughties, we'll call it. But it was terrible, but it was great fun because I would get to play with my mates and we just got to jam. Like we used to hire out the school hall on a Saturday like afternoon sort of thing. Go in there for about 3 or 4 hours. And we would then just fucking jam. We just jam for hours.
Sick, man.
We just bring all our equipment in, like plug everything. It takes longer to plug everything in than it would to actually play. Like by the time we hook everything up, get all the levels right, we start playing. We're like, oh, we should order pizza. Like, you know what I mean? Like we spent half the time eating, the other half actually setting up. But,
and then there's all the cigarette breaks and all the stuff like that.
Yeah, 100%. You know, everyone's doing their own thing. They're on the phone or they're doing something else. Like, but you know what? You finally get together. You jam a song out. Like you say, you learn a song together, even if it's just a random song that everyone kind of likes, like just a cover or whatever. You can just cover it and give it a go. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Oh, it's so fun when it all like goes smooth, and you're all just like jamming well together. It's nothing better.
100%, bro. I appreciate that too. And me being a bass player, I always got put behind the wall. Do you know what I mean? Like it was you know the same as a drummer, right? Like you always get put at the back. Like never at the front, always at the back. Even though I was the singer, I still got put at the back. They'd be like, "Go sit over there."
Bloody hell.
I know.
We're not appreciated enough, Adsy.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, Kitty Cat knows what's up. I love the part when it finally comes together, 100%. But yes, it does take a long time. It does take a very long time. But it is also good fun. I appreciate, it's what it is.
Absolutely.
But yeah, making music as an art form is very hard. It's difficult, but look, if you can do it, you can do it. Like my dad does it for a living still. He's been doing it for 30 years plus now.
That's so cool.
He still writes music. He's got his own music podcast and all that. He's still writing music himself.
shit.
He's got a studio that he you know, basically he's got his own recording studio. He just goes down and does his own thing. He
Oh man, that's the life. That'd be so fucking cool.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look, I get to go out and jam in it, but I got banned for about 6 months at one stage. So me and my mates went up there and we had a whole bunch of beers and pizza. And being in a recording studio, right? You don't understand. A recording studio is airtight. It's an airtight room, which is soundproof. And we had chicken pizzas and beers. And four men in a room, chicken pizzas and beers on a Saturday night for about 6 hours, and then we left the door closed. My dad was unimpressed. So he banned us for 6 months. So he was like, brutal. I know, it was funny, but he was just like, that be enough of that shit. And I'm just like, fair. But yeah, anyway, so if you guys are into the music, please go check out House of Judgment on Spotify. I'm sure you guys would be keen to see that. Groovy loves his metal. Groovy is a big metal fan. Groovy in the chat. Yeah. Let's go. I parody songs for fun in my spare time. Really? What kind of songs is that? Starts to smell like a barn. Yeah, 100%. That's so good. Anyway, other than the band, what else do you do with yourself? What are you doing for work and stuff?
So I work in a like a factory warehouse sort of thing, for a flooring company. So we we do like epoxy resin floorings. But I'm just based in the warehouse, so I get there like 5 a.m, spend a couple hours loading the trucks, and the rest of the day I'm like batching up like tons of resin and different things, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Learned a lot.
that's good. I mean, it's good to learn a new skill, right?
Absolutely.
You don't have any?
Yeah.
Do you have any trades or anything like that under your belt, or anything
No.
like that, or?
Nah, I was just completely random with this. Like my mum knew someone. I was out of work. I used to work at Royal Perth Hospital for about 2.5 years, and then this COVID shit hit, and they they dropped me. Like I pretty much got fired.
What were you doing there?
I was medical records for the emergency department, so just like getting all the patients' files, all their medical records,
Yeah.
for the doctors and stuff when they came in.
It's like nurse
Um,
admin, hey.
Pretty much, yeah. It was pretty crazy actually. Like for just like a clerk, for just an admin sort of job, like it's crazy. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
wow.
Pretty much just because it was the emergency department, though.
Yeah, right. Of course. Well, emergency is always hectic. I've been in an emergency department before, and I've seen what goes on there. It can be a bit crazy, both as a patient and as someone who's visiting. But it's like it can get a little bit mental, especially your emergency departments in major cities. Like,
Yeah, dude. And on night shift as well. Like I was only night shift. So
Yeah.
when I was working a Saturday night or something, man, it's crazy.
can you
So many
imagine?
people.
Can you imagine Saturday nights? You know, everyone's coming out of the pubs. That's the time where you see the weird shit, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I can imagine. You got any stories for us?
Oh, fuck. Okay, there was one time, not long before I actually lost my job. It was a Saturday night, and me and one of the other admin girls walked out the front of the emergency department for a cigarette. We're walking out, and we just see like strolling through the road of the emergency department where the ambos come through and stuff. Just a naked lady just walking,
Just randomly.
yeah, just like what the fuck. It's just weird. Another time there was this one's a little weird. We found a one-legged heroin addict prostitute ODing in a toilet.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
she was one of our frequent flyers.
Oh my God.
She was always in.
Oh really?
Yeah,
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
just strange, man.
That's strange. That is
Yeah.
strange. Yeah. Like,
That's the
oh.
emergency department for you.
Yeah, I had a friend of mine way back when who worked in the emergency department for St Vincent's at King's Cross, and
Okay.
a lot of things that I can't repeat. But oh my god, like some of the reports that she would tell me about, I couldn't help but laugh at the same time as just
Yeah.
kind of like,
Yeah.
is someone actually did that? Like someone,
Oh man.
like just some of the weird things that people get themselves into, and it's just kind of
Yeah.
like, wow.
Oh, fuck, man. It's like when you first start there, all these things happen, all these cases come in. You're like, for a while, it's like, damn, like what the fuck? And just after a while, it's sort of just like you just laugh at everything. Like you just
Yeah,
lose that, you lose that touch with the empathy. It's sort of just like, well, you're a fucking idiot. Good job there.
100%, 100%.
We had one guy come in. He had a toe ball stuck up his ass.
How do you manage that? Like, also, how does it
Oh,
get stuck? It's a toe ball. Like,
Uh, it just didn't come out. So the fireys had to cut it off the car, and he had to
oh
come in
shit.
hospital with it still up his ass.
See, the crazy part is that that's a fire's job. Like,
I know.
that's the crazy part. Like, can you imagine being a fiery and then just walking along and all of a sudden you just see a guy sitting down on a tow ball on the back of his car, just like, help me.
Imagine,
like,
imagine getting yourself in that situation and you have to call like 000. Like, I have a toe ball stuck up my ass.
yeah,
Help.
just like, how do you say it nicely? It's just like, hello, 911. Yeah, yeah. Toe ball in my asshole. Like, say, come again. Like, it's like, that'd be an even crazier job, being someone who's in like emergency like phone calls, like
Yeah, yeah.
like, you know, 000 911 phone call. They would just be like, what? Like, you can't react too. You've got to be like, this is an emergency,
exactly
and
it.
deal with it the same as every person. So even if someone's having a heart attack, or if someone's got, you know, a pool cue in their fucking wherever it might be, you just gotta fucking deal with it, don't you? It's oh my
Man.
lord, that is disgusting. But anyway,
It
it's
is a
hilarious.
hectic one.
It's hilarious, yeah. Poker Princess says that is hectic. Kitty Cat, my best friend works emergency med. It's a crazy place. She got called out for a lady locked out of a house, and she stuck the keys in her lady parts. I hope there was a vibrating clicker. That's what I hope. Like, like otherwise, what's the point?
Oh no.
Poker Princess, the shit emergency services see and have to attend to before the patient gets into hospital. Yeah, 100%. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. That's funny as fuck.
Man.
So other than you know, toe balls up assholes. When are you planning on getting back to streaming, bro? Because I know you've taken a break because of work and stuff. Work's pretty hectic. I get that. You'd only streamed maybe
Yeah.
like what, once a week before, so maybe
Yeah, it was like every second day for so long when I had no job.
Yeah.
And then I got the job and it became like once
Impossible.
or twice a week. And then I sort of just, it was a bit much. Kind of just sort of like, yeah, it just came off it.
it spirals out of control a little bit sometimes. You know,
Yeah.
when you got other things you got to do. Like, I get that. Like, for
Yeah.
me, the same thing. Like, I work full time. You know, run my own company, all that kind of stuff. But it's manageable. My free time is manageable to my own devices, sort of thing. So like, it's easy enough to put things off in order to do other things, but I have to catch up for it later. So
Yeah.
it's compounding no matter what. But at the same time, I love doing the streaming and I love gaming. So, and that's my escape from my daily grind. So doing that kind of takes priority a lot of the times, because I'm kind of like, fuck this, I'm doing this. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and like it, you know, work is work. Like, work is work for anyone. It pays the bills. It's not always the most enjoyable thing to do during the day. So you find other ways to, you know, enjoy yourself, and then for you as well as me, it's gaming, right?
100%. Yeah, I come home. I could stream most days, but the thing is, like, it's not so much I'm working so much. It's like the low energy. I don't want to stream and just be like a grumpy, like sort of tired kind of
Yeah,
person for people that come in. I want to be energetic and all that, and I
yeah.
don't feel like I can do that as much. But I think the whole moving out thing, honestly, it's gonna bring along a lot of changes, and I could see myself streaming like again pretty soon.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
100%. I get that too, man. Like, when I'm streaming, like if I'm having a shit day and I jump on stream, my viewers can tell. I get messages like yesterday. I was having a shitty, like I wasn't feeling particularly fantastic because, you know, at the moment, because of COVID, I've had to close the business. Now for me,
Yeah,
that's my entire income. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm literally just sitting here, just you know, just dealing with it. And yeah, it can be a shit feeling, especially when you're self-employed, right? So being self-employed, I have no extra income, and I'm just kind of like, fuck. All right, well, I'm just gonna invest myself more in the streaming because it gives me something to take my mind off it. And also, you know, I enjoy it so much. So I was playing yesterday. I did like an 8-hour Halo 3 stream. So we played it from start to finish. It was heaps fun, dude. Nostalgia wise, I finished it. Yeah, 8 hours. I finished it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
So
good.
I did heroic, 8 hours start to finish, and then we played 5 hours of Warzone after that. So I streamed for about 13 hours.
Hell.
But
That's good.
it didn't feel like 13 hours. It just felt like I was really enjoying something. Like the game was really enjoyable because that was like childhood memories for me, you know. I hadn't played it in like a decade, I reckon. And I just got back into it and I was like, oh my God, this is the best. But I did Halo, the original one, Combat Evolved, the other week.
Yep.
I didn't finish it, but it's so much harder. Like I didn't really,
reckon?
yeah, Halo 3 is so much easier. The original one's way harder. I got stuck on 2 betrayals for like 2 hours, and I just threw my controller. I was like, I'm over it. Like,
Which mission? Which
it's
one's that?
it's the assault on control room, but backwards. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
That level's fucked, and especially on a hard difficulty, it is so hard. But I got over it, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'll get back to it someday. But I will, and I'll finish it eventually. But for me, it was the nostalgia of being in the game, doing
So
it like
fucking good, man.
it's so great. Like yesterday, I relived the final level after, and you know how you're driving the car and everything's blowing up and all the floors falling away and you're trying to jump to the Pillar of Autumn. I was doing that, right? And it was more hectic than I remember. Like I remember before it was pretty hectic, but I'm driving this Warthog through and all these fucking flood coming at you and all these things blowing up around you, and they've re-released it with all these extra graphics and shit. I was literally just like on the edge of my seat. My heart was going fucking a million miles an hour. Everyone was watching was just like, oh my God. It's like, and I did it first go too. Like usually, you know, you fall down a hole somewhere and die.
Yeah,
I did it first go, and I was just like, I can't believe I did this. Like, but it was so much fun, bro. Like,
Yeah, absolutely, dude. That's so good. I think I was asleep by the time you finished it. I was lurking for heaps of it. Can't remember. It was like that sand, the deserty kind of level you were on when I was watching you for a while.
oh
And
yeah, the cartographer level. Yeah.
Yeah, you were.
I was
stuck on that for a
struggling,
while.
dude.
Yeah,
Dude, you know what it was?
Poor Adzi.
Yeah, that one section where you have to take out the AA guns, like at the end of the part where before they land the tanks. That part, I don't know what it was, man. I just couldn't get past this one bit. Like so the hardest part about it was there was a tank firing the tank was firing those big blue fucking plasma bullets at me. I had 5 brutes on the left side, and then I had a whole bunch of ghosts running around at the same time. And then there was the guys with fucking rocket launchers on the opposite side of the ridge. And I was just like, how the fuck do you get past this? And I didn't have any ammo. So I was just kind of like I'd save loaded with no ammo, and I couldn't find it because it all despawned. No. So I was just like sitting there with a battle rifle with 100 rounds and nothing else. I'm just like, oh my God. So what I ended up doing, one of my viewers was like, oh, you just use the brute chopper, sit in the cave and shoot from a distance because it doesn't have any bullet drop. And I was like, I didn't think of that. So basically what I did was I sat in the cave with the brute chopper and just fired at everything, killed everything from a distance without being hit. I was like, oh my God, I didn't realize that was a thing. Yeah, and one of the viewers came in and told me, he was like, literally, dude, this is what I did to get past this on Legendary. I'm like, you'll be able to do it this way. I'm like, you're a fucking legend, dude. I literally died like 15 times, honestly. I was I was about to rage. But he knew what was up.
What's your favorite Halo? Which one? Is it 3?
Look, the nostalgia of 1. 1 is probably the reason I love 1 so much is because of one, it has amazing quotes. 2, everything about it, you know, they didn't know what they were making before they made it. Do you know what I mean? They made it and they thought, this isn't going to be a big thing. It's just game. But it became like one of the biggest franchises in gaming history,
that
off
shit
the
blew
back
up.
of that game. And everything about that game was just fantastic.
Yeah.
The overpowered pistols, like, you know, just the guns were all ridiculously OP, but that's what made it fun. You know what I mean? Like, you could just fly through and enjoy yourself. Just, I don't know, everything about it was good. And they went ahead in Halo 2. I mean, Halo 2 was good too. Like, a lot of people say that Halo 2 is the best, just for
I
like
say that.
dual wields and, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The storyline was brilliant, like everything about it. But then Halo 3 came out, and I don't know what it was about Halo 3, but me and my mates played that game for hours, bro.
Yeah.
It was like a daily thing. Like, we would finish it one day, we'd start it again the next day. Like, it wouldn't matter how many times you play it.
Oh, you mean like the
Yeah,
campaign?
just the campaign, man.
Yeah.
It wouldn't
Yeah.
matter how many times you play the campaign, you always wanted to go back and play it again.
I think I'm thinking like a part of it is it was like the sweet spot for a lot of people. Like it was on the new Xbox and it was looking good, it felt good to play, and the campaign, it was awesome. You know, you could play it over and over with your friends.
Yeah.
I played through Halo 1 and 2 so many times as a kid, like absolutely ridiculous.
Mm.
And the amount of just cool shit they put in all the games, like so good.
Yeah.
One of my
100%.
favorite things about Combat Evolved is all the aliens references, you know, like the movie
Mm.
Aliens.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
many
yeah.
aliens references. It was I picked up on all of them even as a kid. I fucking love that shit.
Yeah,
So
dude.
good.
I don't know about you, but I have the quadrilogy set, the Alien quadrilogy. Have you got the on
Yeah, yeah.
DVD? On
No,
DVD?
I've got the like the full one with Prometheus and Alien Covenant as
Oh,
well.
awesome! Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
fuck,
remember. I
love them.
remember buying that. Like, I think it was like $100 or something. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
back at JB Hi-Fi or
So
Harvey
worth it.
Norman or wherever the fuck I bought it back then. But it's so good just to have on the shelf. Just being
Yeah,
like, I remember that as a kid. That was like the best movie. Like, do you know what I mean? That was one of the first
absolutely.
movies I watched as a kid, and I was like, this scared the shit out of me, but I appreciate it. Like, you know what I
I
mean?
remember I remember the first time my dad let me watch Aliens when I was like
Mm.
probably 8 years old or something. And that shit was like terrifying, but it was so fucking cool. It was so awesome.
Yeah.
Such a good time.
100%, dude. I agree. And it's funny, like, how you look back now on all the movies that you watched as a kid and you go, I can't believe my parents let me watch that. Or vice versa. Like, it's like, I can't
Mm.
believe I got away with watching that. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like, because, you know, like, you look at movies now, I mean, I think kids are less, they're a little bit more desensitized than we were.
Oh
But,
yeah.
but back then, like, to watch a horror movie when you were like 15, 14 was a big deal.
Mm.
Whereas now, kids, you can just Netflix it and no one says anything. But
Yeah, that's it.
back then we'd watched, like, I remember watching I watched Nightmare on Elm Street with my dad, and my dad hadn't seen it either, and like, we were watching it, I was
Oh.
like maybe 15, and we were watching it and we were halfway through and my dad was like, I don't think this is the movie for us. I was just like, what do you mean? And it's just like, are you enjoying this? I'm like, I'm not really sure. Like, I was just like, I'm trying. Like, but it was one of those movies. It was really just like, I didn't know how to think. I was just like, I don't know whether I like this or whether I'm shit scared or what. I'm fucking, it was odd, dude. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
100%.
100%.
I those Nightmare on Elm Street, I didn't actually I haven't seen any of the classic ones. I
Mm.
didn't watch it until that 2009 one, that sort of remake, the reboot one.
Oh
I
yeah.
thought that was sick, but so many people that watched the originals said that nah, that's shit, like watch the originals. So I'm gonna have to go back and get around those, I think.
100%. Yeah, look, I'm gonna have to agree with Groovy on that one. We were probably not meant to watch them, especially the Jason ones. The Jason movies were fucked. I remember
Yeah.
they were fucked, dude. Like, I look, slashers alone, you know, yeah, they're pretty messy. You know, they're a bit weird. Not particularly scary all the time. Some slashers are just kind of bloody, right? But that one
Yeah.
was fucking terrifying, for so many reasons. Like, and I just, like, I'm that kind of person now. I watch a horror movie and I laugh at the people who get killed because I'm like, you're so
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah.
Like, just like,
I There was like this time in my like when I was a teenager where I was just chasing all the good horror movies, trying to find
mm,
the scariest ones. and that has just brought me to a point now where I'm like, there's just nothing scary. There's nothing like all horror movies are kind of just fucking hilarious now.
Yeah.
But when you do find that rare one that's like a bit freaky, even as an adult, you're like, it's good.
Yeah,
It's really,
exactly.
it's good.
You got to enjoy it, right? How good.
Slashes will always be fucking hilarious, I reckon, though.
Oh, dude, it's always it's always the chick in the bathtub or like, the person in the cabin. Or it's always the same thing. And then just like they hide in the corner where they can clearly be found.
Yeah,
It's just
or they
like, you're
trip
a,
over absolutely
yeah,
nothing.
yeah. It's like, oh
Idiot.
my God. I tripped over a floorboard that doesn't move. Like it's just so stupid. Yeah, Michaela loves her horror films as well. I've known her for a very long time. She loves her horror films.
Yeah.
Every single time we like hang out, she's like, "You want to watch a horror movie?" I'm like, "Again?" They're like, "Yeah, this one's better though." I'm like, "I promise." I'm like, You said that last time." But yeah, no, it's funny,
What's
dude.
what's one of the best recent horror movies you've watched?
You know what? Ah, there's been a few that I didn't like.
Yeah.
That I went to the movies to see, and then it's more the ones that aren't at the movies
Yeah,
that were good. Do
100%.
you know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
the movie ones are all so commercial and shitty. Like I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of them just didn't hit the spot for me. Um,
Mm.
Namely, I think the one that I liked. Have you ever seen the Death Note movie?
Yes, actually.
It's on Netflix, I believe. That was really good, and not it wasn't as much of a horror as it was like a psychological one,
Yeah,
but
I found
it was
yeah,
really good. Like I really enjoyed that one. But yeah, like I said,
it was
I,
cool.
I don't really get a lot of time to watch TV, to be honest. Like I'm
Yeah.
usually
Okay.
Twitch is my TV basically.
Yeah.
At this stage, Twitch is my TV, and my music is all really, really vibe to music, podcasts, that kind of stuff. Like I'm a big podcast fan. I listen to a lot of different podcasts.
Oh,
Um,
that's good.
I like a lot of educational, political,
Okay. Okay.
history, that kind of stuff. All the non-fiction stuff that I
Bit
listen
of
to.
a thirst for knowledge.
I guess so. I mean, for me, when I'm working, because I work on the cars all day, I have to have something in my ears, so I can concentrate.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a lot of my work now, because I've been doing this job for so long, it's a robot work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's autopilot. I can do a service on a car, and then I get to the end, I'm like, wait, what did I just do? Because I wasn't paying attention because I do it so often that it's just
Yeah.
like it's just literally like second nature. But then when it comes to podcasts, I can kind of take in say 70% of what I'm listening to while I'm working.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I kind of repeat it to myself later, and I go, oh, I did learn something. So
Yeah. You know what I've been getting into while I've been working? Like we usually just like pump music out the stereo at work, but lately I've been listening to like audiobooks and shit.
hmm,
And that's actually it's fucking pretty cool.
yeah,
I'm enjoying it. Like I mean it's mostly fictional, but
yeah,
a good story and a good narrator is like it's good. It's a good time.
100%. I agree. Poker Princess, thank you for coming past. I appreciate it, and yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow for sure. Thanks for coming in. Also, Thawaz, I see you there, mate. Got a lot of Halo chat. I like it. You guys are playing with Zach. Yeah, nice. We'll have to check that out as well. Yeah, no, when it comes to audiobooks and stuff, I like again, I'm doing like non-fiction books. So
Yeah, okay.
autobiographies, sporting books,
Ah,
stuff like that. I recently listened to it was Steve Jobs' book. That was
okay.
super interesting. Like
Yeah, that would be interesting. That would be good.
the guy was a dickhead, like proper dickhead. Like he was one of those guys that, like, if you showed him something that was amazing, he would tell you to do it again because he didn't like it. Like he was just one of those guys that just nothing was ever good enough.
Right, okay.
Um, I didn't know that, but he's also someone who he was a vegan and a vegetarian and all sorts of things, and he just changed his diet all the time in accordance to how he felt, sort of thing. It was an interesting thing to learn.
That is
Um,
interesting actually.
and yeah, like what he would do is he would just treat his staff like absolute shit,
Yep.
because it would make him feel better, pretty much. But at the same time, he wanted nothing but perfection.
Mm.
Like he had a brain that worked so fast that it made him mad. Like
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
he couldn't deal with his emotions very well because he had too much going on in his head.
It's crazy how like someone like that, with that kind of drive and just that mentality and whatnot, are the generally the kinds of people that can make it so big, kind of thing.
100%. No, I agree. And the thing is, right, the most successful people in the world are all a little bit like that.
Yeah.
They're all
Yeah.
a little bit messed up because the way they see the world is different.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And to listen to the way they think and the way they emulate themselves, like, and the way they think about everything is so interesting because you go, maybe I can take a bit of that and like change the way I think
Yeah. Yeah.
because it might open
I
new
get what you're
new
saying.
avenues for yourself. You know what I mean? So that's why I like listening to things about people who are successful in life and wondering what drove them to be successful and why. So it's interesting.
Yeah, there's lots of lots to consider and take in when you're looking at those kind of people and stuff. And
Yeah.
especially like in your kind of position where you've got your own business and you're kind of trying to like do the best you can for it and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Pit Slayer, how are you, mate? I've met a few people like that. Yeah, 100%. Plenty of people like that. So have I, dude, especially in business. Thanks for the lurk, Michaela. And Sammy, thank you so much for the 300 biddies. You did not need to do that. I'm going to give you a cheeky shout out there, Sammy, because that's how we roll. If you guys aren't following Sammy, give Sammy a follow. Sammy, you still streaming lately, or I haven't seen you up? You must be taking a little bit of a break, or either that or you're streaming at times that I'm just not checking. But make sure you let us know in the Discord next time you go live so we can all come watch, yeah? Because I don't think I've seen you going up for a while. Yeah, look, I think learning off people, especially people who have done it all before, is really important. Like when it comes to business for me, like I started the business from scratch, but I'd already been in the industry for quite a long time, and like being in the industry for quite a long time, I had a lot of good contacts, so that made it easy for like parts and like tools and all sorts of things that I needed to set up. But the customer base was the hard part.
Right, okay.
Like everything, creating the business, like when it came to like functionality was easy because I had everything already. But the finding the customers to begin with took a lot of work. Like when it came to social media, when it came to self-promotion, when it came to all the different platforms that I never use. And I had to basically create new things on all these platforms and start again. But as you can probably tell, I'm not shy to self promotion when it comes to like just talking a lot. I can talk underwater. So I used to just basically I made the effort to go to community groups, go to functions around the areas that I wanted to do the work. I gave out discount cards. I gave out all sorts of things that I could do and everything I could do in order to get noticed. Like I took a lot of part in online community groups, and also I used to go and do like sponsor deals for like things, and I started up deal routes with different companies. So like say like battery company, be like the battery company would be like, okay, I'll buy my batteries from you. All I want you to do is put my card on the desk. Do you know what I mean? Like.
Okay.
Go to the tire company. I'll send every single tire job to you. I just need you to put my card on the desk. Like I would basically do that. So it was like a way of making a deal with someone without paperwork. Do you know what I mean? So there was no guarantee on everything. So a lot of them paid off, a lot of them didn't. But it was a way to put my foot in the door with different customer bases outside of my own in order to grow myself to help them as well. So that was sort of the way I started doing what I did. And so we went from the first year of business I lost money. Like, because I obviously invested all this money early because I had savings and stuff that I invested. So I probably didn't make much money in the first year. But then ever since then, it's been like exponential growth, like because of the amount of
awesome.
effort I put into it. You know what I mean?
I feel it'd be so much fucking hard work. And oh man, it's really good that you had so many contacts and like sort of routes to suppliers already. Otherwise, it just would have been fucking
Yeah, it
insane.
was tough.
Just the social part of it, like getting your name out there and getting the business from customers, like just that sounds hard enough.
Well, I had a slight advantage with Audi, so I worked for Audi for a very long time, and I was with Audi for 8 years. So two different, same company as in Audi Australia, but I moved around a lot because a lot of people needed the skill set that I had in the company. So I was the engine management specialist. So I basically was the person that rebuilt all the motors and like put all the gearboxes back together and did all the diagnostic works and stuff like that. Like I was like more like a diagnostic technician.
The
And
brain on this man. Damn.
yeah, because well, what it is was anyone can change their own oil, man. Anyone can do a service on a car. It doesn't take that long to figure that out. If you want to be an oil changer for the rest of your life, you work for a big company like Toyota or something like that. But
Yeah.
to work for Audi is more technical because obviously you got a lot of more different repairs, warranty work, that kind of stuff. And then basically I just kept asking for more stuff to do. And because I was like, I'm bored. Like, what else can I do? I'm bored. What else can I do? And I was that person. I was a badgerer. Like, people got really annoyed with me about it. But at the same time, I learned so much from it and they benefited from me learning more. Do you know what I mean? Like, the companies I worked for were like, oh my God, that's like this guy knows this and this guy knows this. And they're like, oh, well, no, we don't have anyone who knows that. So they offered me a job and I'd move to another place. Do you know what I mean? So it took me to all sorts of kind of places. I lived on the Gold Coast for 3 years for a while there. Like just I got hired up there. They were like, we need an engine management specialist. Here's the sum. Would you like to come? I'm like, oh sure. I'd love to live in Queensland for a bit. Like,
Fuck, that's so cool, man.
yeah,
Like it goes to show really, like you have the initiative, you want to work harder and it does pay off.
yeah,
It
100%.
generally does pay off.
And like,
Look at you now.
yeah. Well, it's the hours I put in. Holy fuck!
Yeah.
I couldn't even begin to explain how many hours I put into this job. But you know what? I'm at the point now where it works itself. So I don't actually have to do any socials anymore. I don't have to do any promotions. I don't have to do any of that. The phone rings, and that's all I ever wanted. So
That's so good, man. How long have you had your own business for?
I'll be 4 years in October.
Okay. Fuck.
So
That's so cool, dude. That's
yeah,
awesome.
dude, it's look, I don't want to talk about myself too much, but it is one of those things that I'm very proud of, because of like just the way I organized it and stuff, like, and also like the fact that I was able to do it, just from sheer motivation, like,
Yeah, and how many people can say that they've done the same things you have and achieved the same sort of shit, Like, it's absolutely something you should be proud of.
yeah, no, I am. It's selflessly, but it's still hard work to this day, and it's always been like hours upon hours upon hours of my life just consumed by work. So, Twitch and gaming is the way I escape that. So if I didn't have Twitch and gaming, I would work because I have to be doing something. And this whole COVID thing, having me not working, is obviously providing me with more time to do this kind of stuff. But at the same time, is making me less and less excited to go back to doing it. Because the more I do the Twitch and the more I do the gaming and the more I do this kind of stuff, the more I'd rather do this than work as a mechanic.
Yeah,
But
okay.
at the same time, like, I can do both. Because you just got to have time management, really.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Anyway.
Sounds like it's going good, man. That's good.
It's good. If only you were a mechanic, I'd give you a job. This is the hardest part. The hardest part about me is expansion, because at the moment it's at capacity to the point where like I can't take any more work on within a 2-week period. Like, so it'll be 2 weeks in advance for everything now. Like, in general, it has been like that for a while. But I said to myself, if ever I'm booking 3 weeks to a month in advance, I need a second person. And I did have that problem before COVID, like slightly. And I was looking to hire a second person. I'm glad I didn't, but at the same time, I've had a couple of people trial, and they all just didn't meet up to the standards I was looking for, I guess. So I'm pretty picky. Obviously,
Yeah.
you know, it's my baby. Like I don't want anyone to fuck it up. So
Yeah, that's right.
um,
And it's like expanding in that sense is like it's sort of risky, and you need to be sure of it 100%.
yeah, that's it. That's it. So less about me because I talk too much about myself,
That's fine.
and more about you, brother. Look, I think Twitch misses you, dude. I think you need to. I think you need to get back into it. What do you reckon?
Yeah. I mean, I just my biggest concern at the moment is like Warzone. Like it's the only thing I really feel like I can stream. Well, not really, but I'm sort of starting to not love it as much, and I
Yeah.
don't play other games quite as much. It's kind of like choosing what to play and stream and everything.
Yeah, I
It's a
mean,
tough
look,
thing.
I've looked at your stats on Warzone, bro, and yeah, I understand you live and breathe that game. Like,
It's not good.
there's some good, there's some
I need
full
to
on
do
stats.
something else.
What is that? What is that? A 4KD, bro?
It's dipped down to like 3.58.
Yeah,
But it's still you know you have good games, bad games, bit of fun here and there.
yeah, but I mean, there's
I'm
not. Yeah,
sorry,
there's not
sorry.
many people in the world that can say they have a KD that high, especially in OCE lobbies, bro. We all know
Oh,
how difficult it can be.
hell.
I mean, you're competing against some of the best players in the world and
Yeah,
some of the best hackers in the world all at the same
yeah,
time,
yeah,
and it makes gaming quite difficult. So I
yeah,
mean, the fact that you can maintain that at the same time and still enjoy the game, it blows my fucking mind.
yeah. I yeah, it's a love-hate relationship, really.
No, I get it. I
It's
get it. This is the
it's getting
thing.
more fun here and there, but we'll see.
Hmm.
I'm
We're all,
definitely I'm starting to play more games, like other like single player games, and I'm trying to like take more of a break from Warzone,
mm,
and it's good. Like I'm finding so many good single player games, and that it's just it's nice to take a break from something so like draining and
yeah.
hectic.
It does drain you, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Mm. I mean, especially the amount of hours you have to grind all those guns out and all that kind of stuff.
yeah. That's
Like
it.
it seems like a waste of time when you see people just getting like all the stuff for free.
Yep,
But
it's ridiculous.
it's funny how quick they were to jump on that. And quash that whole hacking thing, but they still can't get rid of the aimbotters. I find
Yeah,
that
that's it.
particularly interesting. I mean, it's all about the money. That's what it's all
Yeah.
about.
Well, there was that thing that came out a few months ago. Someone found that Treyarch was like a what do you call it? Like they partly owned two different hacking organizations,
I'm not
like
even surprised.
that
So.
sold cheats and shit. Yeah,
We kind of knew that
pretty
already, though,
fun.
didn't we? Like we kind of had an
Yeah,
inkling that that was the case. I mean, like
yeah,
if there's look if every other less popular game can create some sort of anti cheat, this game should be able to do that quite easily. Just
yeah,
copy and paste, basically. They could
yep,
copy and paste the anti cheat from Battlefield, and no one would fucking know. Do you know what I mean? But they can't do it because they know that there's money to be made in having them on the platform. Because you know what it is? Every time one of them gets hardware banned, they pay someone else to give them a new hardware ID.
yep,
So basically,
so fun.
it is a circle of cash.
Yeah,
It's just a whirlpool of money. So like you know if you think about if you ever seen a graph of the world spinning, that's the money spinning. Like
yeah,
they
100%.
ban, they get paid. They ban, they get paid. It's just it goes round and around a fucking circle. So why wouldn't you want a way to make infinite amount of cash
Yeah, that's it.
on a regular basis? Like
Man, I hate big, just the you know the like the organizations, the companies like that think like that. You know, they don't consider so much what their customers want as much as how much money they can take from them.
well,
And it's
yeah, all it means is that when a new game comes out that is even remotely better, everybody will leave
mm,
because there is no point in sticking around to pay for a game that should be free in so many aspects and getting fucked on by people cheating every 5 minutes. If there's another competitive game that is just as good with the movement, the guns, all that kind of stuff, why not change? You just change, wouldn't you? Change with everyone else.
I mean, like at the moment, the new Battlefield is looking like a huge threat for Call of Duty, and especially with how good the new Battlefield looks and how no one gives a shit about this new Call of Duty coming out, you know?
No.
It's
Oh, look,
just-
it's...
So
Well,
I'm hoping Warzone and COD dies for the next couple years.
100%. I agree.
The big hit that the like online competitive FPS genre is probably going to take over the next forever.
Yeah.
The new cheat that's coming out, the new software.
Yeah, 100%.
You saw it?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it looks good. It
The
looks
AI.
really good. Yeah,
looks
it
good.
has to be done. It has to be done.
No,
And
no, it's bad.
Why?
I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Tell me.
It's the cheat AI. So it's not anti-cheat. It's a new kind of hack.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
So it's this actual program that you run from a second computer, and instead of like going straight into the script of the game and just aimbotting and shit, it's like an AI is watching you play the game, and
Fuck.
it's learning how to do things best.
Okay,
Like,
yeah, I misheard you. Oh my god.
yeah, no, it's gonna be bad, and because it's run from a second computer and a capture card and everything, it's undetectable.
Yuck.
And yeah, it's
That's
gonna be
gross.
bad, man. Like it's
Oh.
potentially the death of online first person shooters and shit.
Yuck.
Yeah, it's
Wow. I just
crazy.
Hey Bob, thanks for that resub. We got a 2-month streak. Bob, always a pleasure, mate. Thank you so much for coming in. We're speaking with Wizard, as you can see. I'm sure you know Bob, Wizard.
I do.
Yeah. Michaela's back. Thawas is still here. Thank you for her. And Dadbot is in the house. Let's go.
You know it, Dadbot.
On the Woodstocks, yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, cheers to you, brother. Cheers to you.
Stop it. Cheers to you.
No, I think this kind of sort of long form conversation. Like the other day, I was with the 24 hours. I only got 20 minutes for each person, pretty much, because I had so many people on. Like I planned to do that. Planned to have it like that. Blitty with the resub. Let's go. Stop it, Blitty. Hey, Blitty, you're interrupting our conversation, bro. Thank you so much, Blitty. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Thought we were on OnlyFans. Like, yeah. Look, you have to type the command in for that one. That'll give you the rest. But yeah, so the long form conversation is what I really wanted to do and wanted to achieve. Like I've seen people do it like in podcasting and stuff, and I think it's better than just like a 20-minute conversation about,
100%.
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But I had like 20 people to get to in the 13 and a half hours, however long it took.
You overbooked yourself.
I didn't think everyone would say yes.
Okay.
I honestly overbooked it on purpose because I thought, look, not everyone's going to have the time to do it. Not everyone's going to want to do it. It's not like my channel has like 1,000 people watching. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not a big channel, but for me, it's like I wanted to showcase the people of the community of the, you know, of our group in a way that would be positive and in a way that everyone could be like, oh, that person in chat is that person. And they have a channel, and now I watch their channel. Do you know what I mean? The amount of times the last 5 days or so, I've gone into like Blitty's channel, I've gone into Dadbot's channel, I've gone into like Rav's channel or High's channel, or all these people that are in the community. They're all of my viewers is their viewers now. Like it is,
So good, man.
It's insane. Like how many times I go to another channel and Michaela and Mando and all these guys are all in a different channel, and I'm just in like I'm like, oh, you guys are already here. Like, do you know what I mean? Like they're all in everyone's channel now, giving support to each other, and that's all I wanted. Like that's all I want for everyone, because it's important to do that. Because when I first got on Twitch, I went and supported the people that I loved and the people I love to watch. And then I found other people's channels from those people's channels that were watching them. And it just, but I didn't do it. It wasn't generic. It just kind of like, I just went on a raid, or, you know, I went on a recommendation from someone else. But I think it's more important that all of us, we all deserve we all deserve more viewers. We all deserve more interest. And a lot of the guys are such good players and good entertainers. They deserve to have those numbers. And they don't have them for some reason. I don't understand. Like the amount of time they put into like socials and TikTok and all these fucking things that take time. And
Yeah.
they're not getting any recognition for it, because you know what the threshold is. You need to have those 20 to 30 viewers on average in order to be noticed on recommendations.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't get to the top of the recommended page unless you have 30 to 40 viewers. And that's hard to do. But then the growth is exponential.
Yeah.
So I want to make sure that everyone has that opportunity.
It's awesome what you're doing, man. Like it's crazy to see how much you've achieved in like a seemingly short amount of time. Like I swear it was just only a couple months ago that I subbed to you and I managed to get a fucking founders badge, which, you know, there's only like 10, the first 10
Yeah.
subs are a founders
Yeah.
badge. And now look at you now. Like you're fucking killing it, man. It's
For-
good. And you're
well-
doing so much for the community as well.
Dude, all I saw was like a way that we could build better, faster.
Yeah.
I honestly, that's all I saw. Because I spent a lot of time in people's chats, people that I really appreciate watching and respect. And I was like, you guys are all have the same viewers every single day, and you'll rate each other, which is great. Community first, I understand that more than anyone. But you need growth outside of your own community, because you're just going to hate having the same people watch you every single day. So I made the effort, like, to go to other communities, to spend like some people's community, I spend a day in their chat, just talking to them. And I'd be doing that, like, you know, just like talking to people, creating new communities with other people, trying to like really grow the group, so to speak. And I've introduced all of you guys to other people's communities. And I'm trying to do that for everyone, because you know what? I don't feel like anyone's really doing it properly. And there's a way to do it, and we need to do it more, because all of us deserve more viewers and more recognition on Twitch, because Twitch is consumed by all these bitches in hot tubs, and I can't stand it. It's actually doing my head in.
Oh, bro.
And I just need all of you who are absolutely amazing gamers or amazing people to watch and are really good souls and fucking deserve it, to have some fucking recognition on this platform, because otherwise you're just spending 1,000 hours a week doing nothing, I feel. And I just want to make sure it's worth it. Like, I don't know. It's just that's my feelings on it, and that's why I do this.
Oh man, it's great, and not only you benefiting from it, it's like, yeah, the people you're trying to help as well. Like, it's awesome. And I fucking love the thing you do. Like, you're midstream, and you tell people, go to this channel for a few minutes, drop them a follow, give them some love, and it's like, I've seen the effects it's had, like the ripples, going out. Like, it's really good, man. It's fucking cool.
The Tim the Tapman of Australia. I don't think so, to be honest. Yeah, I have hair, so that rules that out. To be honest, no, I just think that look, like I said, with the business, self promotion, you know, networking, that all that stuff is just me. That's how I am.
Yeah.
I don't have to be the best at the game in order to be entertaining. Like, I just, everyone can tell that I just do this because I enjoy it and I have fun. At the same time, you know, I just want people to you know, effort reward. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Dadbot's a fucking funny dude. Dadbot, I saw your recent TikToks, mate. They're good shit. Like, he's been putting a lot of effort into those as well. I personally think that TikTok is a waste of time. I just think that it's a platform that people don't watch. Like,
it's a whole separate platform. Like, it's good. It is good. People that are trying to grow their Twitch channel and stuff do benefit from it. But like,
yeah,
I've also seen, you know, people whose Twitch channels are like sort of like here, but their TikToks are up here, but they're trying to get their Twitch channel up here with their TikTok kind of thing, and it just doesn't.
It doesn't work
And
that way.
It's fun. Like, it's cool if you want to be at a good level on TikTok with the content you make, and like
Mm.
you do produce some really cool TikToks. Like it's cool, but if someone has the idea to expand their Twitch from TikTok, it's probably not going to go well.
No. I agree, and like it's the same with any platform though. Like
Yeah.
if you've got a following on Twitch already and you create an Instagram, um, Instagram is good for a lot of things, but I don't know whether that's going to help you. I think you'll grow a lot on Instagram, but I found that even if I do promote to Instagram when I go live, it doesn't bring anyone across. So because people aren't going on Instagram to go watch Twitch, they're going on Instagram to look at photos. They don't really care about and videos on Instagram this is not really Instagram. Like Instagram was created for photos. It was created for fake people. But it's also really good for business. Don't get me wrong. Like I think Instagram for me has done a fair bit for business. Like it's good for like showcasing photos of things I'm working on, showcasing photos of people's cars when they're fixed and ready to go. Like there's plenty of things that Instagram are good for, but if you want to cross-platform Instagram with Twitch, I don't think it's the best integration. Like Dadbot says, I think YouTube's probably better.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because YouTube is like it's a lot like Twitch really, and YouTube and Twitch, they're mostly things that people do at a computer. When you're on Instagram or TikTok, you're on your phone,
Mm-hmm.
and not many people watch streams from their phones and stuff as
It's
often as they do
difficult.
their PC.
Yeah.
And it's like the same with YouTube. You want to watch some cool game stuff on YouTube, you can find the same person's Twitch live streaming like a couple clicks away.
Yeah, 100%. And I find that Twitch mobile is garbage. Like it is
Oh
not.
yeah,
It's not
it's
good.
like you get charged more for fucking the same
Yeah,
thing
yeah. Why
for
is
doing it on
it
your phone.
an extra $1 on mobile
So
device
stupid.
when you
So
just
dumb.
and that I look personally, I started watching Twitch on my tablet originally because I didn't have a PC, right? So I started watching Twitch on my tablet to start with, and I was kind of like, I didn't know that there was cheaper on PC when I first got on there. But then I logged onto my laptop, my work laptop, to watch something, and I was like, oh my god, it's cheaper. Like why?
Yeah.
And nothing. It did not make any sense. It's like, what does it take? Like, what is there an extra operator they have to pay, or like, do you know what I mean?
Money.
The money, and that's the other thing about these platforms. We are getting shafted. We know, but at the same time, we don't care because we're supporting our friends. So it's like,
yeah, that's it.
do you know what I mean? It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. We
It
have
is what it is.
we have a viewer question. So one of my friends, Oracle, you would have seen her in the chat. She's also a founder badge. She's put through a question for everyone's interviews tonight, and her question was, "What has been your favorite streaming moment and why?"
Oof.
You can list a
Oh,
few
that's
if
a
you
tough
like.
one. Yeah, I mean, like there's like a specific moment. I couldn't tell you if I have a favorite. Like there's just so many good memories you get from streaming. Like um meeting new people. Like I remember my first drunk stream, the first shot for subs stream.
Yeah.
Someone came into my chat. It's a guy from America. I think he came from someone's raid, and he was half the reason I got smashed that night. But like I've been friends with him ever since. Like we talk a little less frequently lately, but you know, we're just good friends now. Like just because he came into my stream from that, and there's just people's raids, good moments, heaps of interactive moments with the chat. Just I don't know. There's so much. There's so many good memories you make when you're streaming. It's hard to like pinpoint a favorite moment kind of thing.
Yeah. No, I totally get
Even
that.
even just like that drunk couple hours we were playing Valheim. That's probably one of my favorite
I've never
moments
forgotten that.
streaming as well. So good. Like that was a great time.
The greatest part about that is when Unlucky Conqueror came into the chat the other day, and he saw you in the chat, and he was like, I think you both kind of put two and two together at the same time.
That's happened twice now.
Yeah. And you're just like, weren't you the guy in Valheim? You know, the guy that built all the cool shit? It's like,
Yeah, the
yeah, that
Valheim
was
guy.
me, the Valheim guy. And his channel is also fucking great. Like I've never seen, he could do chats like this for 10 hours straight with no problem in his chat, because his chat is so active. Like, it's so active. It's so insane. Like, I go in there, like, it's hard to get a word in because everyone is just talking over the top of each other, and it is chaos. But
Yeah.
he loves it. He loves it. He's taking a week off because his throat hurts from talking so much. Like, he's just, and also sucking all that dick. But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
he's just,
well,
it goes without saying. But he loves it, dude. Like, and he's one of my
that's
mates
awesome.
he's one of my mates from high school, which is even
That is
crazier.
fucking cool. That's wild.
The crazy part about that is we didn't even speak in high school. We just knew each other.
Yeah, that's right. I remember you telling
Yeah.
the story. During that stream.
And then we just kind of like met on Twitch again. So Twitch
That is
Twitch
wild.
brings people together in weird and crazy ways, dude.
It's
Like,
awesome. It's so awesome.
like I'd never have known you or met you if I had met you on Twitch, because think about it. Like, you live on the opposite side of Australia. There's no way I would ever meet you.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
I've never been to Perth in my life.
It's just
I
so
would.
if there was, even if there was no money involved, which has never really mattered to me at all, you know, uh, the just all the good experiences you 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 come across, just everything that comes from streaming, the people you meet during gaming, everything. It's just so fucking good. It's
Mm,
so worth it. It's I wouldn't trade it for anything, really.
100%, dude. I agree. Um, Download Fortnite to build walls. Okay, yep. Apparently I'm playing Fortnite tomorrow, according to my chat. So
Oh,
apparently, because
interesting.
I don't usually stream on Fridays, but as you know, I'm not doing anything, so I may as well.
Mm.
So I'm gonna run a Fortnite stream tomorrow for a couple of hours
Oh,
with a couple of my viewers who also play. Um, and I have never played a game of Fortnite in my life. I
oh
downloaded
man.
it. I downloaded it yesterday, and I don't even know the buttons, so I'm just gonna give it a go and see what happens.
You're definitely gonna have to do a bit of rebinding.
Yeah,
I've sunk a couple hundred hours back in the day into Fortnite, and like I had quite a bit of fun back then, but just other battle royales sort of tickled my fancy a bit more.
yeah. Is it a good game though?
It yeah, if you don't come across too many absolute sweats, which you are bound to, like you're gonna build like a little square cover house thing, and by the time you've done that, they've built a fucking two-story mansion, and you just know you're fucked.
Yeah,
But if you don't come across too many of them, like it's a cool game. It's a fun game. I'm
yeah.
I'm saying it, Fortnite ain't that bad.
I'm sticking up for what I believe in. Yeah, and Dad was saying my gaming went from playing the same three people to playing with like 20.
Yes, exactly. It's so fucking good, dude.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
fucking good.
Dude, I'd be keen to check it out. I'll see how it goes. See how it goes.
I'm kind now that you've brought it back up, like I kind of want to re-download it. Kind of want to give it another crack.
Well, look, if you do, you can help me out because I mean, you play keyboard and mouse, right? So
Yeah.
you could definitely help me out with that. I mean, am I supposed to play it keyboard and mouse or a controller? Like, I've got both.
Um, it depends really. Like
Yeah,
there's you can be insane at building it both. If you fuck, that's a tough one. That is a
yeah.
tough one.
I guess it just depends.
Uh,
I've played a
yeah.
bit of Warzone with keyboard and mouse lately. I
Mm?
don't mind it, to be honest. Like, I've always played with a standard controller, like no scuff.
Yeah,
Um,
okay.
and for me, movement on controller is always going to be better because I've always played on controller. But
Mm,
I think if I had to play on keyboard and mouse, I could pick it up. Not bad. Like,
yeah.
I'm not. It's the sensitivity of the mouse that fucks me up. Like,
Mm,
it's an overload of sensitivity, like turning it up and down and trying to get it right. I haven't
yeah.
quite got it right yet, but I will hope to do that. But
Mm.
it's a
Well,
little bit
a
more
lot of
difficult.
it is training your hand and arm to just work with the sensitivity you've got. Like
Yeah.
I spent thousands of hours on CS:GO. You pretty much need like a low sensitivity and a big mouse pad to be precise with it.
Mm,
But then with other games like Warzone, like some of the best PC keyboard and mouse users in the world have a high sensitivity and they just sort of flick their wrist around a bit. I'm sitting there thinking like, what the fuck? How's that even possible?
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of training yourself, really.
Yeah, it's just how you work it. I mean, like anyone can play any game with any button layout if they play it long enough.
Mm.
Like
I
you'll see
I
people play
reckon
on inverted and stuff, and you wonder
fucking Rebel,
why
that
that is.
absolute freak, that fucking weird human. But how the fuck does he do it? That shit wigs me out. I d-
Up and down is up, and it's like why?
yeah. It, it,
But he hits these shots like you wouldn't believe, dude.
Yeah, I
Like,
know, it's crazy. Like I watch him play and I was like, yeah, okay. And then I remember he's playing invert and I'm just like,
yeah.
how?
See, not many people would know
What's
that,
going on? Yeah.
but
Yeah.
because he wouldn't tell anyone. But you see, I mean, most people that watch people say like Rebel or the other guys that play on keyboard and mouse who have their keyboard and mouse sort of like set up, they don't actually check. They don't actually look at what their hands are doing. They're watching the gameplay, right?
Yeah, it's hard to like look at both.
But
And
we kind of try and look at that because we're kind of interested in it, and we see it and we're
Yeah.
like, "You're a fucking freak, cunt!" Like, like it's just like, what are you doing? Like, yeah. Groovy says he went through the same shit going between high sense and low sense games like CS and Battlefield, and it takes a bit of retraining. 100%. Yeah.
100%.
And Dadbot, you play with keyboard and mouse as well, don't you? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's a bit weird.
yeah, I reckon I think there is some shit out there, but if you could have the movement of a joystick with and like all the multiple buttons and then have the precision of a mouse,
Mm,
I think that would be like the ultimate combo.
I reckon too.
But
It's not
I
perfect.
don't
No
know
one's
if it
perfect. No, I get it. I do. Controller since Call of Duty World War. I've been on keyboard and mouse for 6 months. CS:GO and get back to me. See, I've never
Groovy
played
knows it.
CS:GO.
Oh, dude. Oh, man. Yeah, precision is everything, and recoil control is like,
Mm.
yikes. Every gun
crazy.
has a sort of a set recoil pattern. So if
Mm.
you want to get good at the game, you have to be precise, and then you also have to try and learn the recoil pattern. So, like with an AK, every time you want to do a spray, you're sort of like pulling down, left, right, left, right.
Yeah. Okay.
It's crazy, man.
Well,
It's
like
cool though.
you don't get that much of that in Warzone because
No.
of the amount of attachments you can put on guns, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And
I
also
think
like
Warzone does have set recoil patterns, but like you said, the attachments change everything.
you don't notice it enough, I don't
No,
think. Like
no,
I find that if you put a foregrip on a gun, you pretty much can just aim where you want to shoot. Like
Yeah, you just sort
it's
of
not a
pull it in.
particularly like hard thing to do unless it's like a gun that is just terrible. You know, like when they literally they you know nerf out the fucking recoil or something fierce, like you can't adjust, and then you know what happens? You just change guns. Like it's
Yeah.
not. That's the craziest part about that game that I've never understood. I understand why they do it because they want you to buy the pack in the store, right? But
Yeah,
honestly, like if a gun is working and people enjoy using it, and then you change it, why? You're just pissing people off. But again, we've already established they don't care about their players, so it probably doesn't matter, I guess.
Yeah, it's got to do with something. Not only just like buying the packs and making money, but it's also like they're trying to keep it kind of fresh
Hmm.
and like changing up all the time. Whereas something like CS:GO, that's been huge for years. It came out in 2012, and they've had the same set of guns ever since. And I
Yeah,
think a lot of the recoil patterns and shit have been ever so slightly changed over time. And it's still huge. It's still a big game. I
that's
don't
the
know how they
crazy
do
part
it,
about that.
but
I mean, look,
yeah,
dude, there's a game is a good game when people are playing it 10 years later.
yeah, yeah.
Like
That's it.
one of the greatest games that I ever played in my life is StarCraft, and that game is still competitive in Asian countries to the point where they still play Brood War. That came out in like 1998.
Oh my goodness.
Like
Fucking
that,
hell.
and that's still a competitive game, like in global scale. There's still the servers are still full. Like
That's crazy.
that game is like in like 2D. It's still full. I can't. It's crazy.
Fuck.
I'm just gonna catch
Just
up with
goes
the.
to show, like, yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
No, 100%. It's yeah. What do we got here? everyone talking about how shit they are in controller. Yep. The game comes down to pixel perfection, every gunfight at high levels. Okay. I play Warzone for fun, CSGO for serious. No, that probably makes sense, to be honest. Warzone is a little bit of a fuck around sometimes. And CSGO, I mean, you have to play it serious, otherwise you die.
Yeah, and you lose your ranks, and
Yeah.
it's devastating.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those games where you are dedicated to it for 5,000 hours and turn out to be a freak, or you don't play regularly and play in the middling ranks. Okay, yeah. Well, look, practice makes perfect when it comes to games in general. Like I find that if I have like 3 days off Warzone, I suck ass. Like, you come back, it'd take me about 10 games just to sort of get my aim back in.
Yeah.
Like, because I don't look, the way we play Warzone is not the way people normally play it. Like, we're the kind of people who run into gunfights. Most people want to get the win. They hold the circle. They kind of camp in a building a little bit. They do what they got to do in order to get the win. But you know
They're
what?
playing that real battle royale sort of.
Exactly.
thing.
The battle royale, you play the zone. You play smart. You only engage teams when you have to, and then you move all the way to the end, and then you have the big gunfight at the end. You win. When we play Warzone, we push every single person we see with a pistol. It doesn't make any sense. The reason we do it is because we like the challenge. And that's why Australian players are always a lot sweatier than the American players, because the play style. Do you know what I mean?
Once you get a taste of like a nice, like decent to high kill game, that sort of thirst for it never gets quenched.
100%. You want 10 plus every game. Like you want to feel it again. Like it's like, I mean, each mode is different, solos to quads, but when you're in a good quad team, like in a team of guys who all back each other up, you've all played with them before, they all know how to hit their shots, and they're all reliable by themselves as players. That's the God Squad. That shit is wild. Like, and the feeling you get from a win with the boys, kind of like that is just like the feeling of ecstasy you get when you like take a fucking cocaine hit. Like that shit is wild, dude. Like, and each of you drop 10 bomb, 20 bomb, whatever it might be. It's a vibe. The next game you'll get killed by a hacker, but that game was perfect. Like,
exactly.
You know what
That's
I mean?
The sort of shit. Yeah.
You got loadout off the bat. You change. You all had 5 kills before the first zone. Like it's just. It's one of those games where you just like, sometimes you get the ecstasy of awesome, and then other times you just get so salty you just never want to play it again. That's it. It goes in waves. 100%. I think the skill-based matchmaking is definitely the reason it goes in waves, though, because you could get like lobby, which is like a whole bunch of guys who have just downloaded it, and then you get a lobby with a whole bunch of guys who are Twitch regulars.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
it's crazy the amount of times we bump into each other. Like,
it's worse in the OC community because there's like not so many players. The skill gap, it just isn't big enough kind of thing. Whereas that's why people go to NA servers, and NA alone takes up 20% of the Warzone player base. So the amount of people
you can cycle through more people,
there, like the different skill levels and everything. It's
like
you see these. Streamers. Sorry, go.
No. Yeah, no. I was playing with a bunch of my friends today. Beach Friday. I played a game with him today. He's, it was his servers, so he's playing in Alberta, in Canada, and I've never played in Canada, but my ping was about 250, even with exit lag. And I was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna have some games with my friends, have a bit of fun. I dropped 14 kills in Rebirth, but I had 10 kills just from the same team. Like it was one of those things. Like I was just farming kills in the same place for literally 5 minutes straight. Like I had a bullfrog off the rip, right, which is always a great gun to pick up. And I was farming these kids every single time they dropped in. I would kill the next one, run around, kill the next one, kill the next one. It was just, and all it was, man, it was just like being one of those players that like you or like Blitty or whatever has a little bit better movement than most.
Yeah.
That's all it was, bro.
It comes down to like reading people.
That's all it was.
Keep moving.
just
Yeah.
changing direction, not being predictable. Like you're just trying to predict what someone would do if they ran after you. So like it's like this guy's coming after me. I'm going to change direction here. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to re-challenge him, or I'm going to run around this corner instead of that corner. Or it's just like I was trying to think of ways to like, you know, hijinks the person that was trying to follow me. And this team was just clueless because they're all just like brand new to the game basically. Yeah. And it was just like I felt like it was basically bullying by the time I'd finished. Like I had 10 kills in 5 minutes, and then I team wiped them. And the guy's death com was just like, bro. That's his death com. It was just bro. And then like I got the 14 kills and we got the win. And the guys who I was playing with, Beach and his mates, I think I had 2 kills each. And like we got the win, but honestly it was just like it was funny at the same time as like the lobbies are so different, man. Like there's night and day, dude. And then in comparison to what we did the other day, me and Blitty were playing a game on OCE, we ran into Bugsy's squad. Like, you know what I mean? Like straight off the rip, we all landed in the same room. Like just like we all landed the showers, and then his squad, all Twitch streamers, our squad, all Twitch streamers, we just kept coming back and fighting each other the entire game. Like there was 10 people left and we were still fighting each other. Like it was madness. Like,
the ages.
I think we lost that battle, but it was fun while it lasted.
It's so much more fun. It's like weirdly more fun when you know who you're up against. Like, you know, that squad has got a couple of your mates in it. Someone you know, it's like, fuck. I'm going for them. Like, I want them dead.
Sometimes the perfect way to describe a game, whether it be a win or loss, is a blender. Some games you land in, you get the money, you get the loadout, you get the kills, you get the win. It's very simple. It goes the way you planned it in your head. Other games you could land in, especially with Rebirth, you come back in 10 fucking times and you just like, and you still get the win. It feels like you lost.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
It is a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking cat. Go away. She's always trying to be, you know? Hey, Britt. 7 months. Let's go. 7 months. What a fucking vibe that is. Thank you so much, Britt, for the resub for 7 months. That is insane. Get her the shout out. Go and follow Britt. She doesn't stream, but you never know. One day. You never know. Can we get some hype in the chat or what? That's fucking... We've had a full set of resubs during this. So make sure we get the hype in the chat. Make sure everyone is excited. Turn it up. Bob knows what to do. Look at him go. A little bit of hype from you, Wiz. Thanks, mate. I appreciate it, bro. The founder's badge, bro. The founder's badge. Yeah. I love that, eh? Look, you're right. Like, it hasn't been that long that I had subs. So... it's pretty cool. Yeah. So I streamed the first 4 months of streaming. I think I probably had 20 subscribers, if that. I've been streaming for like nearly 10 months now. So and until about 3 months ago, I think I had a resubscribe rate of 35. About 2 or 3 months ago, and what happened was I just changed games. I got sick of playing Warzone, bro. And honestly, trying to interact with the chat while you're playing Warzone is a pain in the ass. So I just said to myself, I'm going to play different games. I'm going to chat a lot because that's what I like doing. And I'm just going to have more engagement with my community. And that's all I had to do. I think everyone needs to do that. Yeah, I think everyone needs to just, you know what it is? It's like, I say to my viewers and I say to my community as well, and all the people that stream in this community, stream whatever you like, okay? Whatever makes you happy, because that will reflect on the chat. And the people who watch you, they do not care what you play. They'll always watch you because they just want to be there to play with you. They don't give a shit what you play. The people that really give a shit about what you play, it doesn't matter. They'll either come back or they won't. You don't have to worry about those kind of people. The people that are literally here right now watching this podcast, the same people that will be sitting here watching me play Warzone, the same people that will be sitting here watching me play Fortnite tomorrow, God knows, and it's the same people that just want to chill out and play marbles. Like it's just the same group, and that's the loyalty, So you need to find a group like that, dude.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I think half the stress of not being like that worry I have of not being entertaining or energetic enough while streaming, which has put me off streaming. I think it wouldn't be so bad if I wasn't playing Warzone. I think
Yeah,
streaming in Warzone is like it's quite a tiring thing. Like playing Warzone on its own, it's like a
it's a
draining,
marathon.
it's a taxing thing.
It's
Yeah,
like running on a treadmill.
yeah, and adding streaming into that, it's a tough one.
Hmm.
But if I was to play like other games, more relaxed shit, I think that'd be good. Really, it'd be
100%.
easier to just be good. Just be happy with it.
Yeah, well, look, I get I get less viewers when I play Warzone than any other game because I'm not interacting with my chat. That's all it is. People that come in this chat want to talk. They want to have a good time. They want to have a conversation. And not everyone in my community enjoys FPS games either. So a lot of the people in the chat like different games. So I try to cater to all things. Like that's why I do the Minecraft on the Tuesday. That's why on Wednesdays we just play random stuff that I just come up with. Like Halo or like whatever we might play next week, I'm thinking about hooking up the old N64 and just giving that a whirl.
Ooh.
Like I reckon that'll be fun. I think I might go play Banjo-Kazooie through again.
Would that be hard to set up?
No, you just need a HDMI to RBG.
No shit.
That's it, dude. I'm going to set it up.
Fuck. Yeah, do it. That'd be sick.
And we're doing the podcast every Thursday,
that's
depending on how that goes. I mean, look, I feel like it's going well. And then Saturdays, we're still doing those community nights with the streaming and the marbles and, the hype and all that kind of stuff. So people love to just turn people up, It's good fun.
Yeah, it's a good time, man. It's awesome.
Yeah. Anyway, dude, I appreciate having me. And thank you for
you having me.
No, that's all good, dude. It's my pleasure, honestly. I love watching you, dude. I love watching you play. Like, I love playing with you. Like, I've been watching you play for a long time, dude. And like, honestly, like, you're one of the best players in OC. You know that. Everyone else knows that. You're just modest as fuck, and you don't want to say it, but I will say it. And I learned a lot from you when it comes to gaming. Like, when it comes to that game, especially when I first started playing, and I was watching you, like a couple other people. It was an education in like tactics and like, more than anything than, just the way to move and the way to play. Same as you, same as Blitty too. Like Blitty's always been a cracker at the game. And I watch him play and I'm like, okay, that makes sense that he did that. I would have been a bot and done that. And then I'm like, okay, no, I have to change the way I play. So it's kind of educational, but also you're just a fucking good bloke. So I appreciate you coming for the chat, dude. And everyone in this chat now they have a face to the name Wizard. So thanks.
It's been good, man. Thanks for having me.
No,
that
dude.
Hour and a half blew like.
Do you know what I mean? That's what long form conversation is. You don't even know, bro.
Yeah. It's definitely the way to go, man. For future podcasts and everything like this. This is
100%. All right, Joz. I'll see you next time.
All right.
Thanks, bro.
Have a good one.
Bye.
See ya.
What a guy. Hey, Liz, thanks for the biddies. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Moon, can we give a shout out to Wizard? Big shout out to Wizard. That was WzerdTV that we had the chat with.